Well, I guess today I'll start with a story and then maybe play a little music. I've got the shakes pretty bad, so maybe I'll get settled down here in a few minutes. But anyway, at VA, my eye doctor retired. And he'd been there for 20, 30 years. And they got a woman doctor to replace him. So I go to the eye doctor to get my eyes examined. And first time she'd ever seen me, well, she don't know me that well. But she called me an immaculate degenerate. I thought, well, she don't know me that well. How come she got to talk that way about me? Well, after I had the appointment, I went by to see the kids, and I told them, I said, that eye doctor, first time she ever saw me, she said, you're an immaculate degenerate. They said, are you sure she didn't say you've got macular degeneration? Well, you know, that could have been what she meant. So I guess I'm an immaculate degenerate with macular degeneration. Yesterday I was picking grape, and today I'm tell you a little about this banjo. I bought this from one of Bill Monroe's banjo players, Rural Yarborough. He played with Bill for 5 years, and then he just didn't want to be on the road all the time, and didn't want to be away from the family that much. But he still went out and played with Bill on occasion when he had tour dates nearby and he needed a banjo picker. But he had 2 banjos. He had this Granada, and then he had a RB3 pre-war Gibson. And of course my wife and I went to his house and looked them over, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted the RB3 or this Granada. Well, I finally decided on the Granada. But the wife, being the good wife she was, said, why don't you get both of them? Well, I could afford them. The price was right for them. And now the Granada is worth, the RB3 is probably worth $6,000, $7,000 or more. Why didn't I buy both? My wife knew. And I couldn't see myself going ahead and spending that much for 2 banjos when I can only play one at a time. But I would love to have had that RB3. this was one that Ruel played quite a bit. He had it only with two capo pegs on it, where he could either play an A or a B, and he'd keep them set up for that. If he was going to do some stuff in those tunes, then he would swap and use this one. But I tell you, he was a mighty fine gentleman. And most of the people that played with Bill were that way. So, of course, Bill was known to have quite a temper and hold a grudge when he got upset with somebody. But he was always nice to me, and I always thought him to be a perfect gentleman. I mean, sometimes it's hard to get along with musicians of any kind. They're just that way. Yeah, I should have recorded yesterday, but I got so busy with other things trying to get some stuff done. And the sun was over here, and I didn't want to shoot over in that direction. I wanted to shoot right here where it's nice and comfortable. So you didn't have to look at that wreck of a lawnmower. It's an old antique, but I've got to get to work on that and get it running. A good mower. Got a good hydraulic drive deck on it. Well, I guess that's all for today. But I'll be bringing my D28 out and playing it some. Got it out of the case and polished it up, and of course the pick guard has shrunk up again. I had it pressed out and re-glued one time before, but it's shrunk up about 1/4 inch. And I've got a new pick guard ordered for it from Martin. It should be here in about a week. Of course, it plays good without it, and I never was one to beat up the front of an instrument, just like I don't beat up the front of this head on this banjo like so many people do. I play the strings, not the instrument, because the strings is where the sound comes from. When I play that guitar, I'll tell you the story about Bill Monroe and him handing me his mandolin. And of course, me being a young guy, it scared the heck out of me holding the most famous mandolin in the world, the one that started bluegrass music. But I guess the fact that he saw that I don't scratch my instruments up, I'd been playing that Martin for quite a few years, and no scars on the front of it from a pick. And I didn't let anybody that beat a guitar play it, only those that played the strings. I had a little respect for the instrument itself. Well, I guess that's all for today. And I'll put that together with my cooking a little food last night. Okay, I thought I'd do a little short video here cooking a pan of eggs and cheese and ham on my little Coleman stove. The way to break an egg is a flat surface. That way you don't get any eggshells in your eggs. What's my little putty cat wanting? Not socks out there tonight, it's what you wanting, baby? It's the other little pest. And for a spatula, I've got a nice brand new teak spatula. Meant to cook that tortilla shell first before I broke the eggs in the pan. Forgot all about it. Well, I'll just throw it in on top of the mix after it's done. A little ham broke up in there. I do have plate I can rake everything off on and throw it shell in the pan. That ought to flavor it good. Oh yeah. First time for using this pan, first time for using this stove. Hey, stop that. I can't remember the name of this pan set, but it's a big 3-piece set. You can use it on an induction top if you want to, or on an open fire. It's one of them crazy names, but it's a 3-piece set. Nice set. We'll see how good this non-stick is. We'll put a little oil in it or something. Actually, a smaller pan would probably work better too. Cast iron skillet, of course it would have been hard to stir on it because it's flat skillet. Got a nice set of teak utensils. It's got all kind of different spoons and spatulas and scoops. All the stuff that the Chinese use to cook in, because one thing they do is know how to cook. You're going to see some interesting videos. Just watch some of the videos from people in China. I think everything they do is an excuse to cook a meal and eat. All the celebrations are a lot of food. Look at cheese. The egg is done. I think it's the cheese making it so creamy. Oh, my 30 minutes time don't run out. I never would have started using that camera for videos if I'd known it only ran 30 minutes and it actually runs 29 minutes and something when it cuts off. Makes it just like paper on the outside. Ah, pretty good. Thought about making some coffee. but I just decided to drink a little bottle of water. That's good stuff. Little bar-ass smoked ham. 2 jumbo eggs. I'll be able to peel those eggs and stuff off of the side and eat them too. I'm in my gazebo tent, and I've got a VideoA tent right here. Can't remember what it is. Maybe another one similar to this, except a smaller one. Oh, wait a minute, that's my yurt tent. Canvas yurt tent. I've got a tent over here. It's another tent laying over there on the cot. Is a cot tent by Ozark Trail, and that thing is really a good tent. Sets up real fast. But that Ozark Trail cot tent sets up real fast, and of course I waited till it was going to be raining cats and dogs before I set it up, and it didn't get a drop of water in it. I got a pretty good testing ground here. Yeah, this is a pretty good testing ground I've got. Got 4.5 acres. Got some woods on it, little patches. And got a barn with a loft in it. I'm going to do a camp in it. Probably a hammock camp. Or one of my portable cots. What you want, little baby? My little cats are wanting it. Yeah, I just want to shoot a short video here. Cooking a little something here in this tent. I started straightening it up this afternoon, but I got busy with too many other things. Get down off of there. Well, I was going to tell a good little story, but I think I'll save it for a music video tomorrow. Do it in the daytime. I got out my Martin D28, polished it up and played it some today. Of course, I had to take the pick guard off of it. I had it pressed out and re-glued one time before, but this plastic is made out of shrinks up, and you don't need to glue one with a permanent glue. You need something that's stretchy, because when that thing shrinks up, it will actually break the top of the guitar if you don't glue it down with a soft, flexible adhesive. A lot of people have cracked the top of the guitar. I saw a video on a 68 model, and mine was either 65 or 66. And the pick guard had been glued back on with some real strong adhesive, and it actually cracked the top of the guitar. I've got a new pick guard ordered because that's good stuff. It's going to take a long time to, I've got to press that thing out. It's shrunk up about a 1/4 inch. I'm going to try pressing it and stretching it back out, so I'll have it on hand. Residue of that cheese and stuff is really good. Yes, it is good. That's the best part. It'd be good to flake that up like that. A whole bunch of it. Got that crispy crust taste. That pan retains heat for a long time too. It's still hot. It's got an aluminized backing plate with steel, so it'll react with an induction cooktop. Hey, stop that! Come here. Come around here. That's probably little Mitty, the black cat. Well, I think that's enough video for tonight. I've got a nice light here that's LED that plugs in to my battery pack, and this works as good as any battery pack. About $160 compared to $300 for the bare minimum jackery. Well, I think that's enough for tonight.